All right, welcome to Retro Movie Night number 16, presented by the Lake Buena Vista Historical Society. So we're a little rusty. Hopefully you can A, hear us, B, see us, and we apologize if anything doesn't go smooth tonight. So welcome to the show, gentlemen. Mr. J.T. Cousier, hanging out there at the now retro Tower of Terror. Billboard, I guess we could, well, it's billboard, I don't know what you want to call it, but good evening.
Good evening. I woke up to some sad news this morning, but we'll all survive. We go on, as they say.
Yeah, that's right. We will survive, right? That's it. So coming in from the Catwalk Bar, is that the Catwalk? I think it is. It's hard to, no, it's not. I'm sorry. He's coming in from somewhere. I see red and yellow and stripe. Where the hell are you, Hal?
I am in. Can you hear me okay?
You're a little low. Pump up the volume.
It is pouring out right now, so I didn't want to overdo us with the sound of
I enjoy the nice pitter patter
of rain. Yeah,
There we go.
Is that better? All right.
There we go. We can hear you.
I am in the fireworks factory at
it.
Pleasure Island, and so I'm enjoying some of their chili. I have a nice bowl of their chili right
Ooh,
here.
Look at that. Did you do a 21 rum salute yet?
Maybe we'll get a 21 rum salute later. We'll see.
It's pretty timely because I converted yesterday and was working on today. A gentleman sent in a 2-hour tape of, I think it was 1991, somewhere in there, an interior of the fireworks factory.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're going to be able to get to see what it looks like. So,
good. I hope you walked into the men's room because that was my favorite. As I've talked about, that was one of my favorites.
You see the men's room here. The people in the chat are asking me to close the door. I can't. Let me see if I can get the. I can't get.
I know. I've gotten some messages about your toilet.
Yeah, they're all coming to
like, why? What is with Todd's back?
My background. Well, I'm up in the projection booth up here in the cinema. I wanted to make sure, or it is the summer, so there's a drive-in movie theater. And good evening to you, Mr. Brian P. Miles. You have video cassettes behind you. I can. Judging on their size compared to your body and head, I can only assume that they're those big monster reel-to-reel tapes, I believe.
That's exactly what they are. They're it's my U-matic collection. And if I can't even make out what any of the movies are.
Some cocktail?
Cocktail.
I don't know. Ask what's her name will tell us.
Yeah, some of you back there might be able to.
I see Mona Lisa, medium cool.
Mr. Was it Miss Veronica?
Clearly only blockbusters.
Yeah. What was her name in the July 4th special, Brian, that told us about cocktail like 6-7 times?
Tempest Bledsoe.
Tempest Bledsoe. That's it. She will not be here tonight, nor will Mark Summers. If you listen to the latest version of our podcast, you'll know what we're talking about. So check out the July 4th episode. So, well, gentlemen, it's been a while. I thought we had done one of these in a while, and I looked back, and the last time we were talking to these fine people and listeners and watchers out there for a movie night was actually back in October 2021. So I can't believe it. I know we did the Retro Magic movie night where we just introduced all the guests, but that's the last time we've been doing this, so we are a little rusty. Hal, you can take a scoop if you want.
I'm going to. I'm afraid it just came from the back, so I'm afraid it might be a little. The waitress told me the plate was hot, so I'm trying to be careful.
It might be spicy. Careful.
We were busy planning Retro Magic for like the next 6 months. That's right. Why we did no movie nights.
Yes, our movie nights were actually just nights on the phone with each other and on Zoom and trying to figure it all out. So, so I'm glad everybody. If you visited us Retro Magic, I'm glad we're all back here, and I hope you had a great time there. But we've got a fun night tonight. As always, JT has been promoting the Year of the Film now for about 3 years, I believe, right? 3-4 years. So the Year of the Film continues on. We got a lot of great things. We've got some stories to tell about the films and the videos we got tonight. So we got a bunch for you. And it would not be a movie night without telling you that on the floor over here is a pile of more film and more video. In fact, Brian, speaking of Retro Magic, Brian appears at Retro Magic, brings a box with stuff, and I said, we've never converted that tape. He goes, no, that was the blank one. I'm like, no, we've never converted that tape.
That was what, the 15th anniversary press kit, right?
Yeah, press kit.
And I made this big U-matic tape, and I just put it out for display.
Yeah.
And Todd's like, what's this? And I'm like, there's no way we didn't convert this.
So
you know,
I have a story to tell too, because our friend Yvonne is on there. She says, "Are we going to get any hot projector action?" So we have to tell a little story. I have to get the prop out here. Yeah.
JT
gone.
is shaking his head.
Yeah. So we get a lot of films. Just like Dave Letterman used to get a lot of letters, we get a lot of films. And we purchase these films. And they come in these little canisters. And Brian and I sometimes, I project it on the wall and we do a zoom and we kind of watch it and decide what we're going to throw it around. But anyway, so I just grabbed the pile of everything that I thought was supposed to be transferred. And I got a nice little note and some screenshots from the company that does the conversion. And they said, "Are you sure you want to transfer this? It doesn't look like Disney stuff to me." And I'm just going to hold this up. Hopefully you can, if you see what it says, it's now marked Stag. So we have a circa 1970s Stag Party film here, which is pretty hilarious. So no, it wasn't transferred. No, we're not. That's not the hot projector action that I think
I
Yvonne's
have a
looking
funny
for.
story about that.
Yeah.
My friend Matt, like 25 years ago, when I got my first 8mm projector, his parents had a bunch of slides and a bunch of 8mm films up in their attic. So one night we came out and threaded them, and a couple of, Joey's Baseball and this and that. And there was one that was unlabeled. And we put it on, and it's a black and white film of a woman vacuuming. Quickly turned it off because we realized what was about to happen. So keep it clean for the kids at home. But
Yes.
That's an experience we've all been there.
The comments based on this Stag film, wow, people are asking a lot of different things. They want to see it, roll the tape.
Is this what I'm doing wrong, Brian? Is I'm not vacuuming enough around the house? Is that my issue? That's probably it.
My goodness. Oh my goodness.
Stag Pavilion at Epcot was very underrated. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
So Walt Disney World Retro WW After Dark, or Retro WW Up All Night. Some of you might get those references.
That's what was going on in the Odyssey all those years when you couldn't get in.
It was just Stag films.
Invitation only.
Wasn't there a stag on the Norway ride? Oh my gosh, you guys are killing us with these things.
All right, let's get to the first.
Yeah, let's get to the first one. Moving on. All right, so we have a lot to cover tonight. We received this is a great little story too about this first one. A gentleman we found and actually for one of the other ones coming up, a gentleman on eBay had a lot of different Disneyland U-matic tapes as well as Disney World U-matic tapes. And I contacted him. I said, I want to get them all. And he goes, "Well, you missed one of them." It's like, "Oh, what is it?" And that turns out to be one of the ones we're going to watch tonight, which is the Horizons press kit. So we're actually able to get that. And how we got it was really neat. Is the gentleman got me in touch with the person who bought it. I talked to him. We got in touch. He agreed to send me the tape. We converted for him. We gave him a copy of it, sent the tape back. So, and fortunately, we were able to procure about 10 or 12 different tapes. There is a sad story to it. And actually, I'll have to show you what it came with. The sad story is that there was supposed to be one that had information all about how the pump worked for the Universe of Energy volcano. And unfortunately, that tape was swapped out for another one, and we got a car dealership advertisement that was supposed to be sent to like your local.
Come on, the dog food pump?
Yeah, but it came with all of these fantastic papers that talk about all about the new different things that are in these films. And then there's this WED engineering sheet with all the special effects lava flow right up there at the top, and we don't have the tape. So there's some good stories and there's some bad stories, but this is one of those tapes. We'll get to the Horizons ones a little bit. So let me first adjust our zoom. So do not adjust your set. We're adjusting our set. Okay, so let's just get this here. Okay, there we go. That was quick. All right, so this first one is an Epcot press clip composite. Now, it does have audio. I know we talk over this a lot, but hopefully I'll try to balance the audio as it comes on. If you guys want a little louder or lower, let us know. We'll balance it out. Gentlemen, do you have your local copies ready to go so that you don't see it on delay?
Yes. I do not.
Okay, well, let them. I got a
But
thumbs
no,
up
you
from
go.
JT.
You go ahead and start it.
Okay, fair enough. And we will start this on my mark. 1, 2, 3, go.
Doing something that's never been done before is commonplace.
These have
at
all
Walt
the
Disney
different little
World.
press things in
And this time
between.
what's never been done
Ambient
before has
audio?
been
Yeah, some of them have
accomplished on a huge
ambient.
scale.
Take it in then.
Phil
Yeah,
Langell
we can
reports.
just
Yeah,
quiet.
let's just quiet ourselves and let people. We'll
Full
take
number
it
countdown,
afterwards.
too.
I love that's video and it has the countdown clock. which makes
Rising
sense.
180 feet high, the world's only geosphere, Spaceship Earth, stands ready to usher Epcot Center guests into a new era of Disney entertainment. After 10 years of planning, construction began in 1979, 3 miles south of the Magic Kingdom. Spaceship Earth is the architectural statement that identifies the $800 million Epcot Center, just as Cinderella Castle is the focal point of the Magic Kingdom.
We do want to give
interesting. I can't hear.
our guests a glimpse into what the future might be. And in doing so, showing unique building materials, unique structures, and taking the latest technology that's available and showcasing it for our guests.
Designers built the structure in miniature, using a complete scale model as a planning tool before starting construction. Huge steel legs support the geosphere's 8,000 tons, 3 times the weight of the space shuttle at launch. More than 6 million pounds of steel was fabricated in 3 states to give Spaceship Earth its form. A rubber material was stretched around the specially welded frame, and 954 specially vetted triangular panels were bolted into place, making up the sphere's outer surface. Shining
954.
brilliantly
I don't know
at
if
the
we ever
entrance
knew
to
that
Epcot
number.
Center's future world, day and night. Spaceship Earth stands as a symbol of Epcot Center. And after building something that's never been done before, what does tomorrow hold for Epcot Center Imagineers?
I don't know, but I'm sure we'll find something that'll be as challenging as this.
This is Phil Langell reporting from Spaceship Earth, presented by the Bell System at Epcot Center, Walt Disney World.
Is this the same thing with no locals?
Oh yeah, now it's got the noises.
Yeah, so now you can talk over it on the second one.
Nah, I
We do
haven't
want
gone
to
through all these. There
Oh,
we go.
Give,
now this guy's talking
our
again.
guests a glimpse into what the future might be. And in doing so, showing unique building materials, unique structures, and taking the latest technology that's available
We've heard him talk already,
and
so we can
showcasing it for our
you know,
guests.
a lot of these are common because they would give these ambient clips to news companies, and news will use this footage because they you don't know how it would be used. Maybe they would just use one narration. Maybe they do their own narration over it. So this was really before the time you could separate tracks out. It's easier just to do 2 tracks, send them out, and let them use them. I love that shot.
Don't go too tight. You'll.
That's right. Don't bend the Algebon.
The next one is new.
And people said, yeah, same old clips. A lot of these are. There's a couple new shots.
I don't know,
This
but
is-
I'm sure we'll find
So you-
something
this is
that'll
film
be
that's
as
been
challenging
converted
as
into
this.
And this
They
guy's-
can't hear you, Todd, because
Oh, he's too
they-
loud.
yeah.
Special effects have long been a hallmark of Hollywood motion pictures. But in one
Illusioneering.
special effects lab in Glendale, California, 150 Illusioneers have spent 3 years developing new effects,
All right.
not for a movie,
Illusioneering.
but for Epcot Center,
150.
the new $800 million showplace opening October
talking
1st at
nonsense.
Walt Disney World. Terry McCorvey reports on their efforts.
Whoa.
That's the pleasant.
Coleco Adam to count down.
There it is.
A deep rumbling followed by a shower of sparks signals the eruption. A sulfur-like smell drifts through the air, while the flow of glowing lava bubbles and congeals as it oozes down the mountain. But this is no ordinary volcano. It erupts on cue with 7,000 gallons of not really hot molten lava, a substance developed at WED Enterprises, Disney's design company, during 2 years of testing.
We tried everything from non-setting jello to a mixture of talcum powder and mineral oil to some very exotic chemicals, and then we came on to what is understandably a very secret formula that we're using here for our lava now.
The sulfur smell is created by a scent cannon, which actually sprays bouquet of volcano toward passing guests. Many of the special effects created for Epcot Center use state-of-the-art technology. Liquid neon and lasers help create a cityscape of the future.
Hey, what's that you got
Advanced
there?
projection
Smell it, sir.
systems generate prairie fires and
wrote it with a
locust
marker.
swarms, while still other shows incorporate holography and fiber optic effects.
Ooh.
Epcot Center is going to give people experiences that they can't have anywhere else in the world. And special effects
What's
is a
on
major
his name
contributor.
tag?
His name?
No. There's like a logo.
Whether it's the realism of a prehistoric sea serpent
That might be a
or the
web
color of a
logo.
futuristic art studio,
Or could it be
a
Tishman?
total
Did
of
Tishman do it?
274 special effects were designed to entertain Epcot Center guests. Terry McCorvey reporting from Epcot
Look at that
Center,
outro
Walt Disney
graphic.
World.
Wow. Love it.
I think I saw Ray DeForest in that test group ride.
And now,
Now we
Here
get
it
to
is
do it
again.
again.
without
We
the
got to find out
narration.
what the secret formula is for lava now.
Yeah, so there was definitely supposed to be more on that other tape. This is all we get of the lava flow. And the other thing that was really disappointing, Hal, I'll just turn the volume down here since we've seen this, is that we were also supposed to have a video of Center Core from World of Motion, which would have been fantastic.
We tried everything from
Oh, there's a little tiny bit of it in there.
Not the whole thing, though. We missed
Oh,
the
well.
tape.
chemicals, and then we came on to what is understandably a very secret formula that we're using here for our lava now.
I don't mind double reptiles.
Volcano Smith. There's a little center core. At least in its test form. Remember when there was actually lightning
In the land.
there?
Yeah.
Epcot
And they
Center
actually
is
turn
going
the
to
heat
give
on,
people
too.
experiences that they can't have anywhere else in the world. And special effects is a major
Except my
contributor.
bedroom. Nice shot of the bubble music thing.
It's a weird sound overlay just to.
Like, listen to those real dinosaur noises.
For 3 years, more than 4,000 craftsmen have been building
Dinosaur.
Epcot Center, a huge new project at
Attention
the
to
Walt
detail.
Disney
Okay,
World
time to be
Resort
quiet
in
again.
Florida. Epcot Center is a billion-dollar showplace for futuristic technologies and the sightseeing highlights of many nations. It's all brand new, but when the center opens on October 1st, parts of it will already look old, even ancient. Terry McCorvey reports on the boss of the aging operation.
Love this countdown.
I feel like it's 2001: A Space Odyssey.
I got to use that for the next Retro Magic.
Meet Bob Jolly. You'll usually find him with paintbrush in hand, dabbing bits of color here and there. Jolly has developed a career by making new buildings look old. For example, in World Showcase at Epcot Center, Disney is recreating architectural landmarks from 9 countries and 8 centuries. A 14th century Italian palace or an ancient Mexican pyramid can't look like they were just built. And that's where Jolly and his crews come in. As field art director for Epcot Center, Jolly recreates realism, using paint to simulate the scars of time.
We try to enhance the basic color with maybe two or three other values that are in the same color range so that we don't get anything real dirty or too objectionable. We try to keep it rather pleasant, even though we're looking for realism.
Even the smallest details get his attention, like adding soot to unused chimneys or a bit of rust to a metal rooftop.
We do all those little treatments, which when you combine them all together, why, that's really what it takes to come up with a finished product.
Jolly also uses skills he first learned on motion picture sets to make things appear to be what they are not. Most of the brickwork is not brick, it's cement, hand-painted and then aged. This stone wall is not stone at all. It was chiseled from partially set cement and then painted to give it realism. Fiberglass columns in Italy take on the rich look of marble, a technique Jolly passed on to a handful of laborers.
I don't know of any other place, anywhere, that will go to the detail that Disney does in order to achieve this end result. That's what makes it all so great, I think.
So when you visit Epcot Center, look around at the little things. You'll make Bob Jolly a happy man. Terry McCorvey reporting from Epcot Center, Walt Disney World.
I like that music playing in the background when he's on.
I don't ever want to start a meeting without that countdown now. Now you get to hear the music, JT.
Hey man, is that Freedom Rock?
Jolly Painting Services.
They're painting that pyramid thinking nobody's ever
We
coming
try
up
to
here.
Yeah, we're the only people that are ever going to climb up.
Basic color, with maybe
Oh,
two
now
or three
Bob
other
Jolly's
values
talking
that
again.
are in the same color range, so that we don't get anything real dirty or too objectionable. We try to keep it rather pleasant, even though we're looking for realism.
Can't believe that's not real soot up there at the top of the chimney.
We do all those little treatments, which when you combine them all together, why, that's really what it takes to come up with a finished product.
No, this one's all wrong.
Like the random, just they sped up that one guy.
I don't know of any other place, anywhere, that will go to the detail that Disney does in order to achieve this end result.
Must be in France.
That's what makes it all so great, I think.
So they were playing the area music before the park was open.
Why France isn't as good. He wanted to get out of there as fast as possible. The music was driving him crazy.
Where are all the oysters that they put on there? Where is it? Is that France?
That's water. Isn't that the water line at
Yeah,
Italy or
that's the-
Japan?
Oh, is that what it is? Oh,
Like,
maybe it is.
it's,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like the
Tomorrow
Boston
morning,
Silence.
Walt Disney World
Quiet on the
unveils its
set.
billion-dollar
This is a new one,
showplace
yeah.
called Epcot Center. 3 years in construction, Epcot Center will showcase emerging technologies and world cultures. Terry McCorvey reports on the massive push that's underway to ready the site for opening.
Yes. Ready to start.
Though Epcot Center does not open to the public until tomorrow, thousands of people are swarming over the 260-acre site, all of them racing against time. Animators have been adding final movements to a cast of 450 audio animatronic figures, the stars of many of the shows, while a real-life cast of 2,500 employees trains for their roles in the show. The thousands of costumes they'll wear must be sized and sorted, and then each of 800 different designs tried on and fitted. 240 performers are going through final rehearsals, polishing new shows developed for Epcot Center. Merchandise from around the world has been stocked in 33 different shops, while chefs newly arrived from Europe test kitchens and train assistants. By tomorrow, the last truckload of sod will be laid, 40,000 annuals planted, painters will paint their last coat, signs will be hung, fountains will flow, and hundreds of custodians will put on a final shine. When it's ready, Disney executives are confident people will enjoy it.
I think the thing that we hope will be accomplished with this whole project is that, first of all, people are going to come here and say, wow, but they're going to also go away with a feeling that it's a fantastic show, which it is, but also with a feeling that they've learned something that's going to help them have a better feeling in the future.
Epcot Center is expected to boost future attendance at Walt Disney World to 20 million a year. Terry McCorvey reporting from Epcot Center, Walt Disney World.
All right there, Hal?
Yeah, I was doing the pole position song for.
Somebody said, prepare to qualify.
There you go. There's Rachel Rogers working on the.
Back when the Steam press still worked.
Yeah.
Somebody commented this the last time it was working. Look at these outfits though, huh?
Well,
in
you
the
noticed
land.
they were sitting in the land pavilion.
Yeah. The only air-conditioned indoor space they could probably get people in bulk to. 5, 6, 7, 8. If anybody's a dancer, can you tell me why you just can't do 4, 5, 6, 7 or 1, 2, 3? Greatly appreciate it.
But that was the same dancing shots from what that they played with "We're Getting Ready for You." So what that song was.
Brian in the chat. Yes, the Steam press moved for many years, and we learned on our walkthrough of Spaceship Earth that they used to buy parts for it, like from eBay and stuff like that.
They just can't find
I
something.
think the thing
But they
that
can't
we
find
hope
them anymore.
will
Okay,
be
quiet for
accomplished
Mr.
with this
Nunes
whole
again.
project is that first of all, people are going to come here and say, "Wow," but they're going to also go away with a feeling that it's a fantastic show, which it is, but also with a feeling that they've learned something that's going to help them have a better feeling in the future.
Lots of feelings. Nothing.
This area here in front of Mexico, it's fine. It's wide enough. It'll do fine with the crowds in the future.
And
All
that's
right,
it.
there we go.
That's it for
Number
the,
1 is out. All right, so we hope you enjoyed that. We forgot that there were 2 parts of everything, but all this stuff will eventually be posted up on our website. So you saw a lot of stuff that was reused from some of the 16 millimeter stuff. There are a lot of nice clips in there too that we'll never see in any other places. That they're just made for these press clips, so which is pretty cool. All right,
This one also has talking, so people don't have to listen to us at the outset.
there we go. Yes, this one is video news, which was a way to send pneumatic tapes and other tapes to press outfits. This comes to us 10 years later, 1992. And we're playing this one just because of the announcement that obviously Splash Mountain is going to go down at some point. They've announced that somewhat a year, and I won't say a date, and the new ride. So
does that mean instead of glowing away forever, it's going to flow away forever?
Oh, wah, wah, wah. I'm trying to come up with another water pun real quick here. I'll think about it during this whole thing.
I get a sinking feeling about that.
We're just going to drip feed these jokes all night? All right, gentlemen. So here we are. This is the opening of Splash Mountain that does have some audio over it. So on my mark, 1, 2, 3, go.
Normally count backwards.
Look at the suggested introduction. And Eric Jacobson.
In a word, it's splash-tacular.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to pause this and print it out, though, because we're going pretty quick. Look at this countdown. Look at that. Mickey's randomly disappearing from different places.
Oh, what a creepy laugh.
All right.
The name of the newest attraction in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World is Splash Mountain. So, what's in a name?
This is stereo.
No. The one track
skyline of
is
the
for you to be able to
Kingdom
mute.
has been dramatically transformed to include one of the world's great mountains in Florida. And inside that mountain, the beloved characters from the Disney classic film Song of the South all come to life again through the magic of Disney's amazing audio animatronics.
Holy cow, look at it when they move.
The rollicking antics of Brer Rabbit, Brer Fox, and Brer Bear include the sheer thrills of a 5-story plunge into the Briar Patch, the world's longest water flume drop. Splash Mountain is truly the peak of excitement.
We have Space Mountain, we have Cinderella's Castle. Now we have Splash Mountain, which is a whole new, obviously, mountain. I mean, the name says it all. It adds a whole new language to the Magic Kingdom that wasn't there before. Pirates of the Caribbean is a water-themed ride, but this is really about thrill.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really scary. I mean, especially the drop. That's what made me scream.
I certainly got splashed a lot. It's really wet and scary.
The Raiders hat, so timely.
These testimonials are great.
The ending with the big hill was ultimate.
This is Bobby Holcomb reporting.
They need to do the last ride on there with Brer Fox and Brer Bear in the car again. That'd be
They'll
awesome.
never bring him out.
The
So
last
now we're getting
send-off.
B-roll of everything. Starting choppering over the Magic Kingdom here.
This is Les Nessman reporting. They're dropping turkeys over the Magic Kingdom. I like the birds and the music.
Oh, there's an aerial view of Splash Mountain. Tom, I'm standing here.
All pre-Google Earth, you pined for these types of shots back then.
Haston says we should do a contest for who can do the funniest voiceover of always.
We'll provide the footage. You run the contest, sir.
They're like, okay, you know Big Thunder Mountain is over there, but here's our newest mountain.
Oh, a little background music.
Look how much water's going down the slide, too.
Oh, they might have had it
Yeah.
all cranked up.
Cranked
back
up,
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lap bar in sight.
That's true.
I don't know if you caught it earlier, though. There was this girl who puts her hands up and then she gets terrified and her face goes from excitement to sheer panic. It's great.
I'm going all the hypercolor shirts.
Neon's hot.
You know, those aren't real stones on the bridge. Bob Jolly did those.
How did he do them?
Was
Are they
that-
cement?
Who was that in the front row there with the big handlebar mustache?
Was that
That
salt?
wasn't Bill Sullivan by any chance, was it?
I don't know.
He did not have that when he worked for Disney.
Oh, okay.
But did he work at this point?
Yeah, he retired in '92.
So this had just opened, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to watch another log go down?
Goes.
Well, let's do that. Let's watch this one.
Ooh, look at this view. Where'd they
Ooh, that's a nice angle.
Yeah, the guy's right up there on the.
It's amazing how fast everything moves. Look at the bird's mouth.
Time to be moving along. I'm moving forward, a little more excitement. Time to be moving along. I've had enough of this old bright patch. His adventure's about to hatch.
I'm a very quiet singing bird.
I'm heading for a little bit of fun now. Time to be moving along.
Wait, those aren't real animals?
No shots of the laughing place yet. That's my favorite scene
Yeah.
in the ride.
And look how much the boat's rocking, too. It's crazy.
They've got 'em knocking.
Oh, they took it in the car for this round.
Oh, yeah.
It took a whole row of seats to set up. Oh.
One of the first Splash Mountain selfie shots.
Let's freak out. Maybe we'll get to see Sully again. We can better ascertain if it's him.
What's your shirt say? Get dirty for good.
Go
lay.
Go lay an egg. I don't know.
And this is why you enjoyed these rides back then, because crap actually looked good. It moved. You know, things were working. Yeah, watch this girl. Watch this girl. Nope. Putting the hands down.
That was me every time I've ever tried to put my hands up on one.
She's like, nope, not gonna do it.
About halfway down, like, oh my God, is that Peter Dinklage that turns around? It looks like him.
It totally does. Eric Jacobson, executive designer, Walt
Quiet, I
Disney
guess, for
Imagineering.
Eric Jacobson here.
I think one of the most dramatic things about this attraction is what it's done to the skyline of the Magic Kingdom. We have Space Mountain, we have Cinderella's Castle, now we have Splash Mountain, which is a whole new, obviously, mountain. I mean, the name says it all, but it really is a beautiful landscaping job, as you can see. It's a beautiful area development. The water coming down is cool and refreshing. And one thing that's great about it is being here in Florida, as we can tell from the day to day, is it's nice to be able to cool off a little bit. And a lot of the ride is inside, and it's nice and cool in there in these scenes. And the big drop is a perfect way to refresh at the end of the day, or in the middle of the day, as it may be. But it really is, and adds a whole new language to the Magic Kingdom that wasn't there before. Pirates of the Caribbean is a water-themed ride, but this is really about thrill and about being outdoors and about enjoying nature, if you will, and the landscaping that Walt Disney World does, you know, as well as any of the other Disney parks. Yeah, it is. It's really neat to be on the ride and to be sitting next to somebody who has no idea who I am, and I have no idea who they are, except that they're a guest here at the park, and they're saying, "Wow, that was great," and you know, we got to tell our friends, and they got to come back, and just to know that what we've been working on for several years has now come to fruition.
I looked like he was about to take him out.
It totally did.
He's like, "Is that Eric Jacobson? That guy owes me money."
It's a hit.
I know who you are, Eric Jacobson.
Can't hide anymore.
Where's my $10?
Now let me see if I can scrub this to Sully. Hold on, let's see. It was on what? Okay, freeze frame there.
Where are we at? What are
You got to look at the live feed.
Okay, I'm looking.
Everybody thinks that's Sully there.
Oh, you know what? I don't think so.
Look, let me see if I can scrub it just a few.
The guy has no hair. Sully's got a full head of hair.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like at that point, Sully still had hair. So
All
right. I don't think it's him.
Does anybody want to watch this series again? It was Wilford Brimley. People are saying diabetes. Yeah, there we go.
It looks more like a guy who just got off the set of The North and South.
It's the right thing to do and a tasty way to do it.
Oh my goodness. So I think we should let our viewers know too. We will be having a Splash Mountain series come, because How visited the parks in the late 80s and early 90s and took a footage that only now video casters and video podcasts and all stuff would do. And you have a lot of footage of Splash Mountain being built and tested with sandbags and all sorts of stuff. So we have quite a compilation of video to put together on that. It's really impressive. And they're all dated, which is great. Do you remember doing it?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, cool.
Todd, I was there.
I was there. I lived it, Dottie.
It was very exciting to finally have another new attraction built at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
That wasn't redoing something else. It wasn't demolishing Toad or
That's right. That's
so
right.
And you know, it looked like it was going to be very beautiful, as the gentleman said, beautifully built. So, you know, I used to go every week or so, and so every time we went, I would just record some video or snap some pictures, and so yeah, we should have sort of like a good coming together of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the dates here. You have as early as 9/28/91 and Splash Mountain testing on 4/28, and you have construction slides too that you were able to. You went into that kiosk and it showed all the different pictures
Right.
of construction, which was really neat for its time because they didn't really show you any behind the scenes. Do you remember where that kiosk was?
That was that was in the Walt Disney Story post show.
Okay,
There
all
was
right.
there was a slide thing on the wall in one part.
Gotcha.
They did part of it was updates of things that were coming to the new ImageWorks, and then the other part of it was like, hey, here's where we are at on Splash Mountain.
Yep. And you went on the attraction twice on its third day open on May 29th, 1992, and we have 2 full ride-throughs. So,
okay,
there you go.
I got to ride before it opened, just because it was soft opened. Oh my gosh, a month or two, I think, ahead of time.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I was there. I was there on opening day when all the press was there, and I ran into Perry King from Riptide.
Wow.
He was getting lunch in Pecos Bill at the same time I was, and he was at the counter next to me ordering. I turned around, I'm like, oh my God, it looks like it's Perry King. And
that's cool.
And he has a little Perry King name tag on. Like,
he wasn't trying to hide it then.
No. He was working for a Los Angeles television station at that point, according to his badge, unless someone just got him a thing in on that badge. But yeah, I was surprised to see TV's Perry King.
Well,
right there.
I'm excited, Todd, to attend Robin's 3rd birthday.
Do you want to? Should we all go to Robin's 3rd birthday party?
I think.
Where did Robin have her birthday party? Was it McDonald's?
I will tell you, everybody that I have sent like the promotion for this movie night has been like, I can't wait for Robin's 3rd birthday.
Yeah, and this is not Robin of the Bee Gees fame. I hate to tell you, but we are going to go to the Magic Kingdom now for Robin's 3rd birthday. So, gentlemen, are you ready?
We are, and this one's silent, right?
This is silent, so we can talk over to our heart's content. On top of that, it's a film rather than video that we've converted. So, on my mark, 3, 2, 1, go. And I kept this in Orange Bird. Yes, I kept this
in front of the castle.
I kept this in widescreen vision, if you will.
I see that.
Yeah, I left the sprocket marks, just the sprocket holes, just because I said, you know what, there's stuff going on in the margins.
I always love seeing the marks on Velour Orange Bird's head. For people
to touch them.
You see the handprints. And
did you see the guy giving a piggyback ride to Al Martino
another
there?
man.
What's going on? No, that's Mike Douglas. That's Mike Douglas.
Oh, this could be the Mike Douglas show, so we might be able to date this.
That is Mike Douglas there.
Wait, so
with the microphone.
Robin's got to spend her 3rd birthday
with
Mike Douglas.
Well, I mean, it would explain why all of the characters are out there. I mean, they must have been filming the Mike Douglas show.
What a lucky break for Robin.
Yeah.
And we haven't figured out. I don't know if we get to. Oh boy, parade time. Good night, everybody.
No,
takes a couple minutes.
They changed the parade. But yeah.
Never see Goofy playing a drum.
We've never seen this one before, though.
Turkey.
Don't you?
So there's no leaves on that tree there.
Oh, did you see that the guy had a big camera there?
Teacups with the rope door.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The rope door. That's awesome. This will keep you in there.
It would. You know, nobody ever flew out.
Nope.
I actually almost got sick for the first time in my life on this last week.
I have the dates.
Oh.
It's either like November of '75.
What's that flag there? Hold on. What was that? Did you see that?
It looked like the Mexico flag.
Or it almost looked like the French flag was, or on. Oh, I don't know. We're gonna have to.
Why would we hang a Mexican flag?
Yeah, well, it must have been some special day.
I mean,
other than Robin's 3rd birthday. I mean,
sometimes they would do the.
It's up for Robin.
Now remember, this is titled Robin's.
Happy birthday, Robin! Cumpleaños.
It's titled Robin's 3rd birthday. I don't think we ever see a 3-year-old in it, though. They're all older. So
I feel like that's a mislabel.
Look, I'm only going on what the case says. And,
like,
you know,
the case was actually footage from the party.
Yeah.
They mixed them up. All right, Luca says it was indeed the Mexico flag.
Okay.
Thank you. I know my flags.
What is that? What's the term for flag? Sheldon Cooper knows. What's fun with flags? But what is it? There's a terminology. Oh, look at this.
Oh, this is Fort Wilderness.
Fort Wilderness, yeah.
Settlement Depot. Robin got a sweater for her birthday.
Are you
Somebody
telling me
saying May
that
5th. Okay.
there is a terminology for like a fan of flags, like a flag?
Well, the study of flags. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now they're back at the Magic Kingdom.
Just a little quick stop.
It's
over
called
there.
vexillology.
Oh,
we didn't see the train.
You'd be a vexologist.
Today I learned something.
Yeah.
Oh, don't touch the rabbit
They're
lady.
easy.
Everybody's like,
Yeah, this is
Well,
what.
that's might be Robin. No, Robin's. That's she's older than 3. I believe I have to find the can. I believe it actually said Robin's 3rd birthday at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
I try to title
Oh,
these
at
as they.
Disney.
Yeah. I try to title them as I get them, or I make our own titles up. This one I did not make up.
Now we got an American flag on the light post there. I don't see a.
Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
over.
That's it. Sorry, JK.
Mike Douglas, by the way, filmed at Disney World in February 1976. So.
76.
All right.
Okay, which makes sense because the Spirit of America Parade is running. But he did an earlier one because the Wave Machine didn't last that long. Oh, we'll have to figure.
He
this
was
out.
there in
for several years.
You're
72.
correct. He was there in 73 or 74 also.
Yeah.
And, but they turned it on just for him. Like
Yeah.
It wasn't like it had been running.
Right.
That was like they shut it down like the first or second week the
Yep.
place was open, and then only turned it on for him that one time.
Right. All right. Well, we talked earlier about a Horizons press kit film that we received, and this one we've restored it. We've upscaled it to 720, so you should see a little higher quality, a little AI interpretation of the video. So it came out pretty good. But this particular one was one of the ones that we got from that auction. Contacted the person, he sent us the tape and all that. So it's a pretty rare set. This is one of 2 pieces of video and tapes that we received. So this is a Horizons press kit from 1983, upscaled to 720p. So here we go. On my mark, gentlemen. One.
Oh, wait. I gotta pull it
Everybody's
up here.
queuing it up. I
yeah,
thought
it
my
was
little
back
soliloquy
then.
there was enough to get you guys ready.
February 5 is Mexico Constitution Day, according to 6 Miles Tall. So who knows?
Oh, all right. I'm gonna go pull the can out.
All right, I'm ready.
You ready?
now.
All right. On my mark, 3, 2, 1, go.
I love this copyright symbol
Yes.
with the mouse ears. So the first part of it doesn't have sound, so we can talk
Right.
over the first part.
Yep.
Natural sound.
Audio 2, voiceover.
Unless that means like channel.
It's probably to both channels, yeah.
Boop, boop.
Very dark in Horizons.
If Mexico didn't have a constitution,
They give you plenty
they'd
of
be
leeway.
thinking about that.
That's right.
After 20 months of construction, designers and craftsmen are nearly finished with the first major addition to Epcot Center, previewing the achievable future.
There is talking.
Beginning October 1st, visitors will glide
This audio might be a little low. Mine is.
I'll boost it up.
three-dimensional sets. Programmers are now adding final movements to a cast of audio animatronic figures which portray 21st century families. Though family members are scattered among desert, undersea, and outer space communities, they use science and technology to bridge the vast distances between them. A family vacation could lead to a space colony for relaxation in a space-age spa. But space also has its serious side. In a zero-gravity
Oh,
lab,
that's pretty.
crystals more perfect than any on Earth are grown for high-tech applications. And best of all, scientists who helped design the futuristic attraction say everything in it is achievable.
Nothing in this pavilion is over the
Who's this
horizon.
guy?
There
Oh,
are
this
no
is,
anti-gravity platforms. or
The
perpetual
General
motion
Electric
machines in the
consultant
pavilion.
on the ride
Nothing
that
that
gave his
violates the laws of
scientific stamp
physics
of approval.
or
I
extends
forget his
beyond the
name off the
bounds
top of
the
my head. But
possible. Horizons is filled with things that we know how to do today.
Bump the audio some more,
or
Todd,
are
if you
learning
can.
how to do.
I think the second one has the full
Horizons will be
voiceover.
Yeah,
dedicated
it's all the way up.
exactly 1 year
It's
after
low on
Epcot Center
purpose.
opened. A year that has seen annual attendance at the Florida resort jump well past 22 million visitors. Terry McCorvey reporting, Epcot Center, Walt Disney World.
All right, so cut to Horizon Interiors. Interesting fact about some of these pneumatic tapes, too. They took multiple tries to actually get them to be transferred. They actually have to bake them in an oven at a low temperature.
What?
All right. Right on the set.
Well, some ideas were a little shaky when they were started.
I'm fascinated that on this, they tended to, I guess, put camera people in the ride vehicles and not actually put them on stage like doing some of the other attractions.
My wife likes it though. She and her daughter are always on about something. Got quite a green thumb, that little girl. Like music? Unfortunately, some just don't appreciate it.
Can you smell it?
I believe it. I can see the clouds. So does Harvey.
I need real shoppers.
Yeah, what was it?
The name of the weather computer is part of it.
Okay, Harvey 10. Let's recycle.
Let's see what they do here. Hey, Dad, what if I open up the refrigerator? Hey, Dad, what if I do this?
Scott? Yes? Rules. Stay in your group. Keep your buddy in sight. Always right. Did everyone hear this? Yeah. Good. All I do is explore one of the kelp bars.
Kelp? Nobody took the bait.
A lot of unruly children in that ride in retrospect.
They were seeing the future, Brian.
Even that Beach Boy was a fun too. You know?
Don't respect their elders.
Hey, Mom! Mom!
What is it, Tommy?
Look, Mom, I'm flying. Why don't you try it?
I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Don't let go of
Mom
Napoleon.
is
We
so
don't want to
mad.
lose him.
She's just over it. What is it,
Hey, Mom,
Tommy?
what if he just floats away?
It won't.
Hey, Mom, what if I just float away?
Then your father will get you as soon as he manages to get your shoe.
I just never realized how over it she was in that scene.
It's like, I am done. We just spent 17 hours on the space shuttle. The toilet was backed up and there was no food service. And now your freaking boot is
The
lost.
essence of the show is, you could put it, visions of the past, present, and future, with emphasis on the future. We're not predicting the future, and the emphasis in our Horizons Pavilion, and the name gives it away, it's an achievable future. It's technology, it's in the laboratories now, it's on the horizon, that we can choose our future.
Well done, you.
And that's the main point we want the guests to leave, and we emphasize that with our finale, where we let them choose the ending to the show. This is unique. We've never done this before.
Ah, there's your guy, Dr.
Yep.
Roland Schmidt.
Roland Schmidt.
I know
Roland
him.
Schmidt.
Nothing in this pavilion is over the horizon. There are no anti-gravity platforms or perpetual motion machines in the pavilion. Nothing that violates the laws of physics or extends
the same
beyond
clip,
the
right?
bounds of the possible. Horizons is filled with things that we know how to do today or are learning how to do. We are learning how to biologically engineer crops. We can make a holographic telephone. Robots are out there, and they're getting smarter every day. We can build jet-powered hovercrafts and mini submarines, and experiments are underway today to do kelp farming and undersea mining.
It's so dull.
Wow, what
The R&D
charisma.
people played a role in the evolution of Horizons through consultation, suggestions, and advice. We tried to make sure that Horizons did deal with the possible. We helped the Disney people stretch their imaginations, and we also helped them to rule out the purely fanciful, any violations of scientific laws. But really, we deserve almost none of the credit for that exhibit. That credit belongs 99 9/10% to the Disney team and to their GE advisors.
Can you imagine if they opened a new ride and they had a guy like that introducing it now?
Well,
On Instagram.
These were more clips for news media and places like that to run.
Yeah.
Now it's like a
I love
little
it.
marketing.
And people had a longer attention span then and were interested in things.
Yeah, these are all natural sounds. We get the angle grinder going.
What is grinding?
Space welding. You got to weld the pineapples to the tree. So painting.
In fact, I myself am a robot.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I like this shot of them working on putting the sub down.
Yeah.
You never get that close on the ride to that one.
Like his hands on his hips, like, well, we got it in here. We're gonna have to figure something out. The stage. Point at the blueprint shot.
Ooh,
what color is that? Oh, that must be this throwback scene.
That's a steady hand.
Getting ready. We're getting the concrete ready for you.
This is about Robert McCall.
Mm-hmm.
We go for main engine start. We have main engine start.
He's been called the resident artist of outer space.
And the shuttle has cleared the tower.
For 25 years, Robert McCall has created images of this complex arena using the simple tools of his craft, paint and paintbrush.
Very exciting.
Since his first visit to an observatory, he's longed for a first-hand look at the world beyond Earth's atmosphere.
I guess there is no secret wish, it's not so secret really, that I have that excites me more than the prospect of someday flying in the space shuttle.
Like space itself, his works often assume gigantic proportions. Mammoth murals already hang at the Johnson Space Center in Texas and the Air and Space Museum in Washington. Now, McCall has created a new mural, 60 feet across and 19 feet tall, destined for a futuristic setting not far from the Space Center at Walt Disney World's new Epcot Center. The painting, which took 9 months to complete, depicts man's accomplishments through the ages and leads into a visionary city of tomorrow.
I just wish that I could live forever. I would like to see this future unfold, and I'm not, naive. I know that we're confronted with obstacles, and there will be problems to overcome, and there will be probably wars. I don't see that ending, but I think that there will be a continual progress.
McCall's mural is the finale of a new pavilion being completed in Future World at Epcot Center. Horizons, a ride through adventure, previews what life might be like in the 21st century using scale model views of future communities, including an outer space colony, undersea habitat, and a desert farm.
Ooh, that's
This
cool.
is Terry McCorvey reporting.
I liked that transition from the model to the set. That was
Yeah.
neat.
End of tape.
End of line.
End of tape. Please be kind. Rewind. So, there
We're
we
using
have it.
public affairs use only, so this is a
Public affair. That's right. All right. So we've got a couple more here. I think this is really the piece de resistance for tonight. And then we have a little short that we want to show you. This is another story, as always. Every film, everything has to have a story. So a couple years ago, there were some auctions on Van Eaton or Heritage. As many of our listeners and watchers know, that we try to obtain any of those films because chances are we're never going to see them, or they're probably originally one of many copies, and it's probably the last one out there. And that's how we got Project Florida. That's how we got the Epcot stuff that you saw and everything. And we missed out on about 3 or 4 of them, and we were really, really disappointed, actually. It was like 2-3 years ago, and we got in touch with somebody who we know in the Florida area, and he says, hey, just so you know, I know this guy. He's a big collector. He won all these Van Eaton auctions, and he wants to dump the films. He never had them converted. He just collected them. So my eyes lit up, and sent us everything, the pictures of everything, and we said, well, a lot of it's Disneyland, but hey, those 3 right there, we want. And it was great. We were able to attain them. So we're going to show you one. I think I can actually pull up a second one real quick just because there's another story with that. There's always a story. But this one was a really, really rare film. It is Hubert Humphrey Goes to Walt Disney World, the former vice president of the United States. So Brian being our... Give everybody a quick 2-minute primer on Hubert Humphrey.
Oh, Hubert Humphrey was a senator from Minnesota and was selected by Lyndon Johnson to be his vice president when he ran for a full term after President Kennedy was assassinated. And he served 4 years as vice president, ran for president in 1968, lost by a tiny little bit to a guy named Richard Nixon. And in 1972, he had returned to the Senate, but decided to run for president again. And this was Florida hosted the second primary after New Hampshire at that time. And he needed to perform well in Florida. And he lost by 20 or 30 points to George Wallace. So, but this was while he was campaigning. One of his stops was he flew in with some of his grandchildren and took them to Walt Disney World for the day. And we get to follow along here as he lands at the Stoleport and is taken into the Magic Kingdom and does a bunch of photo ops. He would not have been out of place in a jacket and tie at the time in the Magic Kingdom because people would dress like that. And you get to see him getting the VIP treatment.
Yep. And I think this is the only footage that we have ever seen so far on the ground at the Stoleport. And he's actually getting out of the Shawnee aircraft, as you'll see. So it's really fabulous, fabulous footage. And really, we're proud to be able to share this with you guys.
This was a big get for us.
Yeah, it was huge. It was huge. And we had no idea that, and it was all in the wrong order too. I had to piece it together, which was interesting. Whoever edited it together it was all over the place. So we have taken the clips, put them together in the right order to show the day there. So, all right, gentlemen, do you have it queued up? This is number 5 on our list.
Yep.
All right, on my mark. And this was 16 millimeter, by the way. So real clear, and the color was phenomenal. I hardly had to do anything to this. On my mark, 3, 2, 1, go. There it is, coming out of Shawnee Airlines.
So this would be February 1972. He's got 3 shades of blue.
Yep, another aircraft there. Secret Service.
Excited.
Yep.
Those are his grandchildren, and that's his wife Muriel.
And it looks like they got a plaid for the day too. The girl in the middle, her dress matches the bags. They might lose her they could put her in a bag and they wouldn't even know.
Oh, hey, Mackenzie.
And there's the campaign sticker that they're all wearing too.
Yes, you'll see them wearing Humphrey stickers, and
they got ears for everybody right off the bat.
Oh yeah. Kids enjoy this day. You're never going to come back and experience it like this.
And I love the Liberty Square ticket sign there.
Yeah.
That is, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Look at the throng of people following him too.
His Secret Service stands out. It looks like it's Julius Erving.
It's in Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there before he piloted aircrafts. Yeah.
Actually, my name's Roger Murdoch. I'm the co-pilot.
Exactly.
like, oh, they're going in the back way into Small World.
What year did he pass away?
Got cancer in 1977 and passed away in either 77 or 78.
Wow. So not much after this.
Not long after this. No, and he was revered by people all over this political spectrum. He was a really decent man.
Look at this shot.
And
are they following the jitney bus?
Yeah, and look at this. Look at the Secret Service on the back. But they're enjoying it. They're smiling. They're like, yeah.
They're like, let's not have that Kennedy thing happen again.
Not like we're at the presidential
How
limo
about the
here,
people riding behind him? Like, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're just riding behind Hubert Humphrey.
Look at that pile of balloons too. Oh,
Always the pile. And that's it.
that's it. Fantastic piece. So, all right.
And, someone mentioned here there's a bridge named after him. The big thing I remember named after him, there's a ton of things named after him, but the Superdome or whatever, what was the dome in Minnesota called, in Minneapolis?
The Enormo Dome. I don't know.
It was the Hubert H. Humphrey whatever dome.
Yeah.
And that was their indoor arena for a bajillion years. And Metrodome, there it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was it.
All right, so we have two more things to show you. Gentlemen, these are not in the... I know we had some extras in there, but I know we're at the 9:30 mark, and the others are pretty long. Unless you guys want to do MK and Skyway. That's a quick one.
I can skip that because it won't open for me. So
Oh.
that's a good reason to skip it.
All right, we'll skip that, and then the other one is quite long, so we'll skip that.
Right.
Okay. But I do have two others. So this one's a voting. We would like people to vote. Okay.
Yes.
We want you to vote. So
Well, Robin had her third birthday at Magic Kingdom.
that's true. And we have now decided that Retro WW and Lake Buena Vista Historical Society need to pick a new venue for Retro Magic. So what we're going to do is Brian's assembled a number of different options for us. And you can just vote 1 through, I think there's about 6, Brian, 6 or 7.
Something like that.
Yeah, or put the name that you really like.
Just speak up in the chat.
Yeah, and let's just see where we go. So these are options for the next Retro Magic venue. Here we go.
Wow, look at this place. Games, prizes, and pizza.
This is Mark's Funtime Pizza Palace. Everyone comes here for family fun and great pizza.
Yeah, the pizza. Having this much fun has to work up an appetite.
You bet. And Mark's lets the whole family have a great time and great pizza. Did you ever make a pizza at home?
Yeah, but it didn't taste very good.
Maybe it's because you didn't graduate from Freddy's Academy of Pizza.
What's that?
It's a place where each Mark's Funtime pizza baker learns how to make those great tasting pizzas.
Terrific
acting. We go
It
to Freddy's
really is.
Academy of Pizza?
Look at
Sure.
the
Let's see how they make
animatronics.
a
They
pizza.
move really as fast as Splash Mountain. So now we're on option 2, Banjo Billy's.
Banjo Billy's birthday parties, you get the best food, fun, and festivities, all for only $4.95. Banjo Billy's.
Party with the bear. Party with the bear. Fun with rides and
I wanna go to
games.
Bosco's.
Bounces are
Where
insane.
you get the party with the
Food
bear.
is never lame.
They have Pepsi too.
The parties are the best, less expensive than the rest. So be a daily guest. So party with the bear.
Food is never lame.
Perfect party
No one
place.
told me
Pizza
that Bosco
Playhouse.
could pop in
Having
law.
a birthday?
This place
Party at
looks-
Pizza Playhouse.
this one's my
Your
favorite
party
right
will
here.
include pizza, cake, drinks, and
Look what it
tokens for games
includes.
or rides for you
And it's in
your
Altamont
guests.
Springs.
Plus,
Yeah.
Pizza Playhouse will provide decorator plates, cups, napkins.
Just across
and
from the
there will
A&P
be a
parking
special
lot.
visit to your party
Back
by
when they
Dippy the
pronounced it
Dinosaur.
Altamonte.
It's the
There's
best
Dippy.
birthday party in town. Call and make your reservations now for your next birthday party at Pizza Playhouse. It'll be
Stop
a party
touching
you and
her.
your friends will be glad you had at Pizza Playhouse, Cully Saloon Road, Lafayette.
Now you can celebrate your birthday with Pepperoni and Sylvester Stallion
This guy
at
looks
the
friendly.
Pizza Planet. For $5.50 per person, you'll get pizza, pop, game tokens,
Reptiles,
and an
everybody's
ice cream
voting for
sundae.
reptiles.
Plus a special
Ooh,
birthday
Dragon's
show
Lair.
with
Did anybody catch
Pepperoni
that?
and a visit with
Ooh.
Sylvester
Yeah.
Stallion and a member of the Buffalo Stallions team. Everyone at your party will receive a ticket good at any Buffalo Stallions home game too. 10 or more in your party. And the birthday person will receive an autographed soccer ball. So have your best birthday ever at the Pizza Planet.
Buy for 10 cents these days? Video games and lots of them at Dimes and Critters in the 5 Mile Shopping Center. That's right, just a dime buys you a turn on your
Was the
favorite
bear
video
pepperoni?
game. And while you're here, try our piping hot pizza. That melted cheese and
Dippy.
This.
Somebody wants to hear Tom Garvell's voice, Brian. Look at those audio animatronics.
Why is there a raccoon
the
bringing
5 Mile
pizza?
Shopping Center for a great value and
But
a
look,
great
they've
time.
got field and track, or track and field rather. Dimes and Critters at the 5 Mile Shopping Center. Here's our last one.
Prueba nuestros deliciosos platillos que te encantarán. Y por cada pizza que compres, recibe un bono por 50, 75 o 100 pesos para que juegues. Celebra tu cumpleaños con nosotros y saborea nuestros nuggets, pizzas o hamburguesas. Te llevamos el sabor de Chuck E. Cheese a casa o a tu hotel sin costo extra. Todos nuestros clientes disfrutan de los brincolines gratis. Ven a Plaza Marina a disfrutar en grande.
All right, so I don't know where we want to go, but put your votes in there. So that was going to be part of the commercial roll, and we didn't have time to add it all in, so we thought you'd get a kick out of that. I have one more little story to tell, and let me make sure I find the right file here. So there was a bit of disappointment in one of the files that we received too. So let me make sure I find it here. So the Van Eaton auctions, as I mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah.
This is a bummer. We went ahead and got some of those films. I said we got 3, and we still have another. We'll show you another time. And the third one we're really excited for. I can't remember it was a rare. It's something like grand opening of Walt Disney World. It was a 16 millimeter film. We're like, oh my gosh, this is great. The canister looks good and all this stuff. Well, we had it converted. And this is what we got. So we will leave this up and running. I want to make sure the watermark is over this. I'm going to leave this up and running as we take your films, your film questions. We'll hang out here for the next 10 to 15 minutes, as we always do at the end. I thought this would be a nice soothing way to end the evening. But let's see what other questions you have for us regarding upcoming podcast episodes, anything else that we've done. And just a quick hint too, we have not restored this film. If anybody would like it restored, let us know.
Is that the Pacific coast or the Atlantic coast?
Judging on that cliff there, I'm going to have to give the nod to the Pacific.
Yeah, that's most likely.
You sure it's not the wave machine?
Well, it could be. This is very rare footage. That's what it did.
Dolphin.
They tried to have him in Seven Seas Lagoon.
That's right.
It didn't work out.
Exactly. So we spent a lot of money on this. The individual who did purchase it is actually trying to go back to Van Eaton to say, hey, what gives? You guys didn't even check your auction and didn't sell anything. So, but anyway, let's see here. Thanks for the Retro Magic panel upload so far. You're going to upload the 50 years of video tribute we all submitted the photos for. I'd love to see if mine made the cut. Yes, the end video will absolutely be uploaded. JT, maybe tell a little bit to everybody what we're doing with the Retro Magic films that we've got.
Yeah, we're slowly releasing them one at a time. Each panel, I think we're up to 5 now on there. And they're just coming out as we get them out there. That's pretty much it. And there's a playlist if you'd like to subscribe to that playlist or follow it. You can really just hit play on the whole playlist right now and watch the first roughly 3 hours of Retro Magic. So
right.
All in order.
And do you have a schedule? Any idea?
He'll release one tomorrow. We promise.
whenever Hal and I get the images done, and
there we
that's
go.
Pretty much it.
And just so you know, if you're watching the film and still watching this beautiful sea film, there's underwater footage coming, some spear fishing, and we are eventually going to get to fish gutting as well and fish filleting.
Great.
So there's some fabulous footage coming up, and there are people at the end. If you know them, let us know. But this whole thing runs about 17 minutes. So Clever Carney, thank you for your donation. Appreciate that. Any donations that we received tonight, as well as anything through our website, goes back to the Lake Buena Vista Historical Society, so we can keep buying these films and everything and bringing them to you guys. We love doing this.
These films.
Yeah, look.
Well, not this film. I mean, this is look what you got. Yeah. So $4.99. We're gonna need a little more to restore this, but no, we won't be restoring this one at all. So, but yeah, a lot of kelp and seaweed. We're keeping on track with.
It's a question in the chat as to when we're going to do Alien Encounter Part 2.
Oh, how?
Well, now that we are good friends with Jerry Reese, I think this is a good time for us to be able to approach that, because now we have access to what I think is the straight dope about that attraction. So we should absolutely get on that.
Yep.
And our next episode, which we're recording in the next couple of weeks, is on Wonders of Life.
Yeah.
Finally venturing into the MetLife Pavilion with Wonders of Life.
So somebody wants to know what we're watching here. I'm waiting for the cheers to go up. We're a little got our tape delay here. So somebody says, just joining in, what are we watching? Is this the Inside of the Living Seas? You need to roll back a few minutes. This
actually 20,000 Leagues.
20,000 Leagues, yeah. This was actually a film that we purchased that was a promise of the opening, grand opening of Walt Disney World, and this is what we got instead. So as we're talking on the way out here and taking Q&A, we're just rolling this for your viewing pleasure.
Thanks to our sonar hydroscopes, you can actually hear fish talk. Listen.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Lucas says I sent you guys an email the other day about both Wonders of Life. So how you want to tell everybody a little bit? We're not going to be hitting Cranium Command and Body Wars just yet. We're going to first walk up to the pavilion, get in.
Our first episode is going to be primarily focused on we got.
Yeah, it'll be the making of me, but the me will be the pavilion itself.
There we go. There we go.
It's the how we got there, because it starts with Rolly Crump back in the 70s coming up with something that amazingly turned out very much like a 90s version of exactly what they thought of back then. I'm actually shocked how much it didn't change over time.
Yep.
So we'll do that. We'll set the stage for the outside a little bit and maybe get into a little bit of the layout, and then we'll have another episode following that on Body Wars, and after that we will tackle Cranium Command and some of the other attractions, because my gosh, there's so much stuff to talk about.
Yeah. And we're gonna debunk a myth on that episode, on this first episode. Myth. Yes. Muppet Movies reference, if nobody caught that. Right? I don't want to blow it. I'm not gonna let this cat out of the bag, but I went back through the chat and looked at my math and a lot of
that one,
right, and we did a lot of research on some mechanical things, so we're gonna debunk that myth, and then we can see what our listeners think.
When we do the actual making of me attraction, that stag film may come in handy.
You know what? That's right. So I've got it right here, and Yvonne was right. She wanted hot projector action. That's what this is.
Brian just had the same joke as me.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yes.
No, there it is. Yeah. Brian got it. Yes.
A lot of people don't know that film in Todd's hand is what his parents watched to get them in the mood in order to conceive of them.
No. Just back away, Hal.
They're not going there. We're not going there. All right. So somebody says, been waiting for Journey to Imagination. Any idea when you might tackle that monster? Well, that's exactly right. We are close to doing an Image Works episode. That one we could probably do pretty quick, but actually we still need some more research. I will say that we have that is one of the, if everybody remembers, we did Horizons Revisited and we did Kitchen Cabaret Revisited. That is one of 2 revisited series that we're going to be releasing at some point. So we have a very special one, and we also have Journey into Imagination. I'm pretty close. I just got to find the time to finish that up.
There's a person filming.
Yeah. We're gonna do some spearfishing here in a second. See the spears? He's got his. There we go. There's the spearfishing. So we will get to that pretty soon. But Howie, I know you need a lot of time to do research for Imagination as well.
Well, I think we are on the precipice now of getting good information about Imagination. I think that's the thing. For years there was a lot of speculation, but the folks that touched it are now accessible, and so getting these stories firsthand and finding out what the real deal was.
That's right.
I think that's the that's the critical thing. So I think we finally reached the tipping point where we can get good information about imagination.
Exactly. People asked here, let's see here. What was it? Does anyone have the making of making memories film, not the Kodak memory one? That is an extremely rare piece. I think Martin's video has one cut of it. It's extremely blurry, and I don't think that's been around anywhere. So I think we're about to get to the fish filleting for dinner here. Just a second.
We got the big question, Todd.
What's the question? I missed it.
Retro Magic Cot 40.
You can talk about it. Go for it.
Yeah.
We're still exhausted. No.
Believe it or not, we're still closing the books on Retro Magic with Disney. But yes, we do plan to do it at the, around the end of February. And we hope to have a date to you, I'd say in the next month. I mean, Todd and I just have to kind of sit and decide on the calendar and approach a few of the guests that we have on our must list as the first people we ask.
Anybody know what kind of fish those are? Sorry, Brian. I just wanted to see if anybody knew what kind of fish.
I know you're really into fish.
Wow.
Who knew?
I know.
I do see the teeth on the fish.
Yeah, quite.
Somebody out here, there's 150 of you out there. Somebody's got to know something about fish.
Oh, Brian's saying snappers.
Oh, there we go.
All right. Okay. That's what it is. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot. As Brian said, we're closing out the books with Disney still, not by choice, but just by the way things went down. So once we get that wrapped up and talk about trying to figure out where we're going and locations and who we can get. So and we got to start thinking about all the logistics all over again. So
fish brings the ladies, apparently. This guy's got a bevy of young lasses with him.
And Yvonne says, and she says, I'm getting the storage unit ready for you. So Yvonne is our local boots on the ground. She has a key to our storage unit, which we now have in Florida.
The archive.
The archive. We store sheets and deodorant and any other toiletries that we may need on any vacations. Here comes the fish. Look at that. Nice fillet coming off of that.
You people did not know what you signed up for.
No, anybody joining in now is very confused. This is the retro.
Well, this is when they serve you the fish right from here at Epcot Center. They're backstage filleting
this is the coral reef. That looks like a nice piece of fish. Oh, a little kitten. Look at that. Oh, who knew?
Better turn it off quick. We don't know what's going to happen.
They're eating the carcass of the fish. That's much.
Might eat the cats. Yeah.
Just wait for it. It's there. I mean,
I know there's a handful of people. Oh, there it is. The carcass. You're correct.
Yes. Yeah. And we get a nice lighthouse coming up. Something else I wanted to mention, I completely forgot. So I apologize, everyone. Maybe somebody knows where this is too. They can identify this lighthouse.
I'm mesmerized by the cats.
Yeah. So. Well, people think this gets better and better. It's T-minus 6 minutes, and then we're going to sign off. We'll let you see the rest of this film. It's funny. All of us here follow a lot of different retro Twitter feeds and different things. And I swear that if I wasn't doing retro Disney, I think I would just buy people's home movies and watch them and convert the good ones and do a movie night like this. So, if that's something people want to see, let me know. But I got to start a whole other historical society for that. But eBay is just littered with amazing films.
So we got slides today. The boys know this, but I got a pack of 5 different carousels of slides. One of which said Disney World, 1970s, whatever. So I pull it out, and the first slides in the carousel were from November of 1973, and then the next 2 sets of them in there were Disney World from November 1971, which was really exciting. Unfortunately, the gentleman who shot the slides was not great with focus, so we've got some cool shots from the first months of 1971 after the park opened, but the guy, because you couldn't see the results right away, a lot of stuff is out of focus. But that set will probably go up tomorrow. But the reason I'm telling you about, as Todd brings up all this, what we'll say film shrapnel that we get. we got we're going through the rest of the Florida carousel, and I took a picture of the stuff in there, and Hal got really excited over the Winter Garden. Was it Winter Garden or where were the
Winter Park?
Winter Park peacocks. And he was like, "Hey, we used to go see the peacocks every year
on Genus Drive." Or yeah.
So I have those 8 peacock slides. They were set to scan when I was leaving the office today, so they'll be there for you in the morning, Hal.
Excellent. Yeah, for those of you who don't remember, for you Florida locals, back in the old days, the 70s, and I think it started back in the 50s, is that you used to be able to go to Winter Park on this street called Genus Drive, and these wealthy people who lived there bought a bunch of peacocks, and they would open up their I guess private drive on the weekends, and you could drive in and see the peacocks. And so we did that when I was little.
There we go.
Several times whenever we would go down and visit my niece.
Scott Ledwig has correctly identified the lighthouse as Block Island, Rhode Island.
Really? Block Island? I've
Yes.
been there. Awesome. Wow. That's all right. This is interesting. So this is an East Coast film. Thank you, Scott. Thank you to Emma. Thanks for the donation there. Appreciate it. Again, as before, that will go to all of our film preservations and everything else that we're working on. So, Block Island. Look at that. So it was an East Coast vacation.
I hope that's in a movie, because Jesus, that is a scary looking lighthouse.
That's what everybody was saying. It was like said it was the.
Yeah, it was very Victorian era.
Yeah, this looks very Coast Guardy with the red roof too.
That one was built in 1875.
1875. Wow, look at that.
And it was automated in 1990. So somebody lived in that creepy MFer until 1990.
Wow, look at that. Look at this. We're learning things. See, this is the beauty of retro film night when you don't know what you got.
It has a first order Fresnel lens in it.
Oh, well, is that like
from Star Wars?
I was going to say, is that Star Wars? Is that a galactic?
And you can see it for 20 miles.
General Hux is standing there yelling about it.
Well, look at this. Look at this guy. We got Captain Steubing here doing the navigation now. Look at that. And she fell asleep. Mom in her kerchief, and I in my cap. So, well, this is going to wind up in 2 minutes here. If you have any final questions, just send them in. Maybe this is a great way to end our future retro ones. We just pull out things that have nothing to do with. But
this guy with the rudder there.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Y'all know me, no higher and a living.
He's got his dinghy behind him. It looks like he's got like a 5 spot in his pants there too, or something. Oh, right. Well, we got 1:43. So, as always, we appreciate everybody for joining us this evening. We hope you enjoyed it. This was our summer movie night. I know it's a lot of locations when you joined. The sun was still outside, so we appreciate you coming out and joining us for this evening. And we will be back with another movie night at some point in the next near future. Probably I don't know, a month or so. We've got a lot of stuff, and as I pointed out at the beginning of the show, we're going to be sending out a lot of different videos and films as well for transfer. And we do our own in-house video. So if you have a video, 8mm, mini DV, VHS, VHS-C, any of those, and you'd like to have them converted, no charge, and we always give you originals as well as a digital copy back. Please email us at podcast@retrowdw.com. Jennifer, thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate it. And with that, gentlemen, anything else I'd like to say? We got 45 seconds of this bad boy left. So
John asked if we have videos of old Polynesian Village resort rooms.
Oh.
No, not that I know of.
There might be 1 or 2 real quick clips. It's a volunteer job. If anybody would like to categorize all of our films and what's in them.
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
something
people didn't really shoot indoors and certainly
No.
not in their bedrooms that often. It was.
I
We had the
do-
one in the Lady in the Contemporary. Remember,
Yeah.
doing her hair and all. But
Yeah, and I do have a shot from the Polynesian in when I was there in like 86, 89, and there might be some real quick clips in some of our films, but nothing really long. You got
You were too
blinking, you'll
busy
miss
eating
it.
lobster.
That's Gold
Gilligan
King.
and the skipper are coming
Exactly.
into port here. So
Okay, well, on the topic of the Polynesian, I can say that I'm about to send both Todd and Brian a giant thing of slides and prints that someone donated to us from Auntie Kwai's collection after she passed away. They were going through her storage shed and pulling out stuff, and they found this massive slides and photos. So we have a ton of slides and photos.
Wow.
Probably from the 70s of
So-
all the performers and their costumes.
That's awesome.
So that's going to be really nice for the site.
Have
Yeah.
a luau night.
Yeah,
we'll do a tiki night. So, all right.
Just feel free to wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
That's right. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for joining. I think actually Zoom just decided to crap out on me too. So this is probably hopefully we're back. I don't know if it might have crapped out. So
We're frozen there. So.
yeah, it's coming back.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully it comes back. But we apologize. Yeah, we're back. We're moving again. But apologize about that. Perfect timing for Zoom to crap out. I like Plaid a lot. Thank you very much for your $10 donation there. Really appreciate it. If you can, give us a shout out anywhere on iTunes or any of your podcasting apps. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and like down below if we point down below. And again, head over to retroww.com. And if you can, send us a donation, lbvhistory.org/donate. Thank you very much, everybody. And thanks for spending your evening with us here on Summer Movie Night number 16. And we'll see you in a month or so with our next one. Thanks a lot for your support. Good night.